It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. We got our little family crew out here today at Miracle's big pasture, and we are going to be bush hogging around the fence because that's what the grass looks like. Sorry, cows. Miracle's going to bush hog. Righteous is going to go around the edge of the fence all the way around because we got this divider fence down the middle that needs to be done, and getting all the grass and weeds off the fence. And I'm going to be moving, you see that red one out there? There's two rotations out there that can be taken up because the cows are going right here where the truck is parked as soon as they get done with that. Here they go. They want to know what's going on. Righteous just got started and he already has it looking good down through there. And then Miracle gets what he doesn't get. Now here's what it looks like after they have grazed it. And right here is where they're going in. It is just full of clover and every different kind of grass you can think of. And we are so very thankful. What's going on now is this is one of the next sections that they're going to be grazing, and of course you can see that the grass is real high, and Miracle's going to have to bring her fence down through, the temporary fence down through here. So Righteous comes through. He might only have to do this another time this year, and picks him out a fence post, and that's the one we'll go to with her temporary fence. But Miracle had a keen eye. She was looking at these plants over here, and there was a bird, a big old bird. I almost thought it was a hawk because it was that big. It was as big as a crow, and it was almost as big as a crow. And I thought, well, that bird's acting awful funny. So I came over here to the rest of these tall weeds. These are the only ones she would get on. And this is the one that she was trying to lead us away from. I hear her. She's behind me. She's fussing. So we made sure Righteous got a little wide here and didn't mess with this plant. And it'll be protected. These eggs will be hatched by the time the cows get in here. And normally the cows don't bother stuff like that anyway. But that's just another culture. And this is just another way of doing regenerative agriculture. If this grass would be munched down, there would be no bush for a bird to put her nest in. And this is just another way. There's more birds here because of the way we're doing this. Oh, she's up there on the power line just a fussing. She's making all kinds of noises. So there, maybe you can see the streaks out there. Beautiful grass, and we are blessed. Okay, right, this is the divider of the two pastures, and Righteous has already mowed on both sides. So you can see the little tiny bit Miracle's going to have to weed eat. And this looks so awesome. So we come off a T-post for the strength, and then there's the trail that the temporary post will take. I want to show you some grass. We were wondering why the cows wouldn't eat it. They ate it when it was real small, but I looked it up. And they're not going to eat it when it's mature because these little things are pokey. I mean, they're real pokey. and I think it's called Virginia rye. Virginia wild rye or something like that. But that's the only reason why they don't eat it, is because when they put their nose down on it, it pokes them. But we're going to leave it here, let it seed out, because it is a wonderful early season grass. This is some of the first grass that they ate. It's got kind of a yellow tint to it. And so when they were eating it over here, when they first started grazing, the ground was it was the more yellow grass. And that's what it looked like when it was immature. They won't eat it now that it's mature, and that's okay, because we need different kind of grasses for different seasons. There's a big area of it right here. And they'll munch around the bottom of it and get the broadleaves off of it. It does have a few on it. But that's what makes it all the different kind of grasses. He's going to the boss lady. Where's she at? There she is. Boss lady in her natural habitat. This is our wheat field, and the thing that we're changing about it this year is we're cutting it in half. It's about an acre field, so we're using 1/3 as cover crop, 1/3 to grow sorghum, and the other third will be hay. And because we have a small farm, that's just how we have to do things. And right now we need to get rid of this cover crop. And we did the garden like 2 weeks ago, and it is rotted down really well. This is just after Mother's Day, and this is really when we start putting things in the ground in our main garden, but it is going to rain. Everything's still just real wet, and so that's just going to have to be okay. So what Righteous is doing today is, we got a little stub right there, and there's one on the other side of the field that we can't see. I thought I got a tall enough one to where you could, but you can't. So I am going to go out there and stand so he goes to the right place. But we had sorghum right there last year and flowers, and so we're letting that rest. And this year the sorghum is going to go right here, and so right now he is going to start bush hogging and cutting this down, and then we'll work it into the soil, but we're going to give it a chance to rot just a little bit first. Now what he's doing, he's got it all cut real long, and to help it deteriorate some, he is now cutting it way shorter. So it's mulching it up a little bit. And this is the wheat that we're going to leave. Now this is what we didn't get done this week because of the rain, and it's going to start raining. It's just now ready. If we wanted to plant it, if we could get it all planted in one day, it would be ready today, but it's going to rain tomorrow. So there's no way I could get it planted all in one day. I need like a week. So what they're going to do is they're going to come home this evening and they're going to go over it again, and that'll break everything down a little bit more. But this garden looked exactly like that field we would just mowed. Exactly. The only difference is he didn't mow it down, so it's got some longer pieces in it. And they're not quite broken down yet. But if it goes through one more cycle of being tilled up and then rotting some more, it will be ready to plant. So that's what we didn't get done because of the rain. So I'll show you what we did get done. Now here is what we did get done. This is my elderberries, and they were getting big and taken over, but all this, where these logs are, was all weeds. It was 100% weeds. And what we did was, I had a problem here. Is, you know, everybody in the family drives now, and we don't have that much space, so we were parking kind of sideways down through there, and there just wasn't enough room for 3 vehicles. And now we moved the logs 2 foot, took away some of the area to where I don't have to wrestle with weeds so much. I'm going to smooth all this down and cover it in mulch. And then I'll be able to, I've got 2 replacement elderberries to go where one died last year. And we've got more popping up everywhere. And I will start putting just on the other side of the log all different kind of herbs and things to take up the space so the weeds won't take it over. And I did have grass established down through here, and it did get messed up. But you can see how this is how the ground looked, but you can tell where adding mulch and different things that the ground is better. So I will just start my little, every time I pull a clump of grass out of my herb garden or the garden or anywhere else, I throw it in a bucket, and then I establish grass right here. And that's how we cover up naked spots. I usually leave a little dirt on the bottom of them. Some of it dies and some of it makes more soil. So now we have a place to put 3 cars. And at the very end out there is a lot of the weeds and stuff that was in here. And I'm going to let that rot down. And I'm going to keep turning it. Then I'll put it back on this. So this isn't quite ready yet I'm going to weed eat on the other side, get it real short, smooth down the dirt, and then add the wood chips to it. But it looks a whole lot, it's nice and a whole lot straighter, as straight as you can get with logs. But I'd rather have natural looking stuff, and just looks a whole lot better to me anyway. He told me to come over here and check this out. You know, of course, we planted wheat on this, but we also planted clover, and when we first planted it, it did not come up, but look at it. It's just covered with clover. We got wheat. and clover. Oh, this is amazing. We've never been very knowledgeable about cover crops, so this is one of our first ones, and we are very excited about this. And the clover that was over there that got planted is going right back into the soil.